This is the show that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started recording it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue recording only just because this is the show that never ends. Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
There are more hidden meetings in what I just did than anyone can ever imagine. Between what? Like we haven't recorded in a while, so we have a shit ton.
Shit ton is the only explanation for the number of courses. There's no other. Yeah,
a shit ton. And then on top of that, like, it was a very long pre-show because of technical issues, because Steve doesn't have his shit together.
He's out of practice.
Yeah, we shouldn't blame Steam. We need to blame technology, because technology is giving him a very hard time these days.
Tech is really interesting because tech one day will work perfectly. He will not touch anything, and then the next day he'll fire everything back up and something won't work. And
Dude, it's not even day to day. It's minute to minute.
It's minute to minute. It's like you can close it, reboot it, and you get two different results.
Yes. Close, reboot. Oh, no sound. Close it, reboot. No video. Close it, reboot. Oh, this setting is gone.
Yep. Close, reboot. No screen share.
Yes.
So, but it's
working
right now. It's
right,
held
Steve?
together with Pookie and duct tape, so we can get the show recorded. I used to have an old boss that everything was Pookie and duct tape. Pookie is silicone, just a silicone, in the squeeze tube silicone.
Okay, yeah.
So everything didn't matter what matter of fact, he used to work. I used to work at a boat rental place when I was a kid. Our not getting to know you, but getting to know you section. And I used to use a boat rental place on Lake Travis in Austin, Texas as a kid. And I am not kidding you. One day, one of our jet skis, old fashioned stand up jet skis, right? Not a wave runner, not a sit down one, but a stand up jet ski. It came back and the front nose was missing. They'd collided the two together. And on one of them, the nose corner of it was missing. So I was like, well, this thing must be out of commission. He's like, oh no. But he grabs a big old caulk gun of silicone gel and he fills the whole thing in and he put duct tape over top of it. And he dumped it back in the water and was like, let's go.
I'm very familiar with that now, because my sim finally got put back together this week. Because I had indoor golf.
Congrats.
And there's a lot of caulk going on down there.
So, yeah, when we talk Pookie and duct tape, that's what I talk. We use it in my house all the time now. It's like if it's broken, we just get Pookie and duct tape. We fix it all up. This is the Pookie and duct tape episode.
So it is Friday, right?
It is Friday. Yeah.
And
we're drinking.
I am having a really nice one of my favorite breweries. It is my favorite brew, which is New Trail Brewing. This is called Gearhead IPA, and it's something I think they recently released, and I just tried it, and so I have a whole keg of it in the basement, and I might finish it tonight because it's been that kind of week.
Nice. Well, you have had a long week. You traveled for work, and it's been a long week you've been pretty busy.
That was last week.
Oh, that was last week. You did travel this week. That's right. That was last week.
Yeah, last week I traveled. This week I was gone one day, and then field hockey high school field hockey season is over. They had an upset in the first round of states, and they lost on Tuesday, which is kind of shitty, but oh well.
I have a cocktail, but I'm going a different direction this week.
Who you are?
Because yes, this is it feels like the first kind of taste of winter here in lovely Colorado. There is about 7 inches of snow on the ground. The schools were closed today for snow day. There is another supposedly a foot coming between now and tomorrow morning. And it is a lovely 23 degrees outside.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you this. Now, Colorado, I would think, would be one of the places in the country that gets a lot of snow. What typically is how much snow would cause a school cancellation?
It's less the amount of snow and more about road conditions.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the same way here, but I would say here, I would say like 3 inches or more in general gets this cancellation.
Yeah,
but you can also get like an ice storm and get cancellation too.
For sure. We generally don't close schools very often. It's really more like what happens is it'll get a lot of snow, and then it'll start to melt at the end of the day. Then overnight it'll freeze, so the
Yeah.
roads are all iced up, and then it'll snow on top of that the next day. So then they'll either delay or cancel school. I've been there before where, I mean, here it's really interesting because I've gotten a foot of snow, but the sun comes out and an hour later the roads are all melted completely, but there's a foot of snow on everything else. So the schools don't close. But I'm going with the good old fashioned hot spiced cider toddy with a spiced rum in it. So I'm doing my winter cocktail mix that I make every
Ooh, that sounds
this
yummy.
time of year. So it's good. It's a hot in a good coffee cup. It's full too. I've got 2 packages in and 2 good shots of spiced rum in it.
Cool. We didn't even talk about. Do we have a golf story?
I do. I have a golf story. Do you?
I do.
Oh, you go.
I'll go. So indoor golf league started again this week.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
I shot. Well, it was 9 holes. I
Okay.
shot 1 over par.
Good for you. That's really, really good. You're still playing well. How are your lessons with Shane going? I know you got a big package. How are they going?
Well, I haven't had a lesson with him in a while.
Okay. Okay.
And I get you might know why.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk post
other
show
than the
with it.
lesson I had before we went to Kiowa, I haven't
Okay.
had, but
And then you
but
haven't
it's
had one
actually
since.
good though, because what he taught me at the time, I'm still kind of working on it and cementing it. And but I think I have a next lesson with him in 2 weeks, 1 week or 2 weeks. So,
I was
yep.
I was gonna have one with him this week. It ended up getting canceled for various both he and I had conflicts. We ended up having to postpone it out. I haven't had, I think I've had 1 lesson with him since we went to Kiowa. But I'll start up, probably go. I like to book out because he's hard to get on his calendar this time of
Oh
year.
yeah, I book
So I
my
book out
I
every
take
2
my
weeks.
entire package and book it
Yep.
out for months.
And
Yep.
I book the same day and the same time
Yeah.
every 2 weeks, and so
So
it's
what's your day and time? What do you do?
Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time is I
Yeah,
do it
that's
every
got to be
Thursday.
tough for you because what? It's an 8-hour difference for you and him,
8-hour
right?
difference for him to me.
So
Yes,
he's
and
teaching you what at 10 p.m. at night then for
his
him?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there are times that he'll ping me on Discord because I can go earlier a lot of times. There just isn't availability to go earlier.
Yeah.
And so he'll ping me on Discord quite frequently and be like, "Hey, can you go 2 hours earlier?" I'm like, "Yes, I can." And so he gets done much earlier. But I just book the same time every 2 weeks, and
Yeah. I'm
you know,
typically like Wednesday mornings at like 8 a.m., which would be like 2 p.m. for him, I think. Or well, now
nice.
with daylight savings time, whatever, it's changed.
You're 8 a.m.'s early, man. I work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I work out at 8 to 8:45, and then I'm not ready to play golf for a couple of hours after that. Like I feel like I'm not
Oh,
swinging
really?
the club
I'm up at
after I work
5:30 in
out.
the morning, so I usually get up and do yoga,
Yeah, I
and
know
then
you are because I get Discord messages from you at like 3:30 my time, which is 5:30 your time.
the dog's
Luckily,
up.
I don't hear them. I don't hear them
Yeah.
because my phone is snoozed is on sleep. But
I
so
my
my
dog. I
golf.
created a monster with my dog. 'Cause I like to get up and walk and do yoga, so he's even if, like the days I can sleep
Oh,
in, he's on my.
he's up.
He's literally doing chest compressions.
I've got a buddy.
Wake
I've
up.
got a buddy of mine, really, really good buddy of mine, golf buddy as well. He plays GS Pro as well, and his dog has bladder cancer, and it's just a
Man,
lot. They have to put a diaper
you're
on the
gonna make me
dog.
cry.
No, it's just a lot of work though. It's just like hard. I feel bad for the dog and for them having to. It's so much extra work with that. So but I have a golf story too, as well.
Nice. All right.
Little different golf story. It's not necessarily my golf story, but since we recorded last, my daughter has been accepted into college, and she's
Oh,
going to play golf
at where?
for her the college team at Rhodes College in Memphis.
Oh, ooh,
She wanted to
Memphis.
go. She wanted to
Memphis
go to
is
a D3
cool.
school.
Tennessee in
Yeah.
general is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good. We flew out there in August, and it was a recruiting trip with the golf coach, and we spent 2 days with the whole team and with the coach, and they did it wasn't a tryout, but according to them, it wasn't a tryout, but they had her. The team has, I think most golf teams do this in college, but they generally seat about five girls play in the tournament. There's like 10 girls on the team. So 2 girls get into the tournament based on their tournament scores, and then 3 spots are open for the girls to compete to play and see. So they do qualifying rounds during the week, and whoever gets the lowest
Okay.
qualifying round will go play in the tournament. So that qualifying round was going on while we were there, and so my daughter brought her clubs, and the assistant coach was there who played on the PGA Tour for a while. He was awesome to play with, and it was even more fun to watch him hit the ball. That
Yeah.
sound that ball makes coming off that club is like
Whack.
unlike yes. And so he took her out in a cart and paired her up with some of the girls in the college team, and they went and played 9 holes, and they brought her back in, and he was like, she'd make a good fit for the team.
Nice.
So
That's
we
awesome.
filled out all the apps and did everything, and she got the acceptance letter last week, and we signed it. So she's gonna go play college golf.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
You
So we're
got you
excited.
got you got one in.
Got one in. Yep. Yep. Got one to go, but I got a while.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, this is a huge year for my daughter and for her field hockey career because this is your sophomore year. The field hockey rules are no coach can contact you until the summer after your sophomore
Yep.
year.
Yep. Yep.
So field hockey, just for high school just ended. She starts her travel up now. And so it's from now until basically June, we are going to every field hockey
Yep.
showcase,
Get her all the
tournament.
visibility. Yep.
Yes, I have to do video splicing of all
Yep.
her high school highlights and post those. And
We
um,
used a recruiting website for her called NCSA. It's an ex college student athlete.
yes,
And it's do you use that for have you
well,
used that or heard of
we
that?
have to. It's different. We have to register that she, is there, but no, like really what happens is the coaches come to a lot of these tournaments. She emails every single one that she's
Yep.
interested in.
Yep.
They're not allowed to respond back. And
Interesting.
what we do is when we go to her games, we look around and we try to see the logos of all the people sitting around and say, oh, there is Ohio State, they're here. That's a good thing. So they're looking, right?
Because it's interesting because I know like NCSA has it's set up for baseball, football, field hockey, lacrosse, girl,
Yeah.
everything, and it's basically like LinkedIn
Yeah.
for college recruiting. And so we set up her profile, we put her swing videos on it. They have people that will take those videos and professionalize them and do kind of editing if you need them to. There's a profile you set up, what type of school you're looking for, what kind of what part of the country, you fill all that out, and there's an entire messaging system, and all of the coaches have access, so the coaches can reach out, you can reach, and it's two-way. You can go
Yeah.
in and say, here are the 25 schools I'm interested in, and then it lets those coaches know you're interested, and then they can come search your profile and look at you, and then vice versa. It's we use that, and we think that that's how the Rhodes coach found her, actually, was she had done a search. So it was a good experience for us.
Yeah. Um, so let's see here. What do we got? We got new
We got
courses, right?
courses. Now let's preface this.
Ugh,
All right. You want to
right?
preface, want me to preface?
You preface.
We
Yes.
it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded because of just schedules, and we're trying to get back on a more regular schedule. There's too many courses. There's 50, I think 53 courses. The course releases have really ramped up, and that's going to continue all the way through the winter. There's really too many courses for us to do our normal read off of every single course. So we're going to do a little bit of an expedited read off of the courses so that we can get to the actual MPOWs for the week.
Yes. So
Fair?
I almost feel like I don't have it loaded, but I wish I would have. And Steve had it loaded. The Benny Hill song.
It feels like it. Yeah. We probably
Yeah.
can't use it because of copyright, but
Right. True. Yeah, right. True.
yeah.
Get in trouble. So let's get into it. So we have a bunch of Jay Pruitt courses this week.
Yeah.
Some
Jay
Lakewood
Pruitt's been
courses. I
busy.
mean,
Yeah.
these are all just Lakewood Shores courses, right out in
Yep.
Michigan. So a bunch
Yep.
of those.
Yep.
We had a couple. We were blessed with some Pac-Man courses. So it's always when you have one of the Patreon guys. And I think Tech Bug actually released a
Hex
couple as
had released
well.
a few this week. Yep. Or in this
So
recording. Yep.
people are looking for courses to play. Always look for like Run Pud Run, Tech Pud, Pac-Man, Golf Boy release courses. And then we have Golfer, which I think is man. There's just so many. I don't know if he's new out in Canada, but I think I've never seen that name before. Possibly did though.
Can Steve hide our video for a second so we can see or the names? I can't see the names of the
Geez, Steve, what are you doing?
Come on,
There we
Steve.
go.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I think golfer might be new. This may be a blue for golfer. I don't think we've seen one from him before.
Yes, I think you're
I
right.
normally do research before to make sure I have that correct, but I didn't this week. But I think that's a blue for him.
Then we have the Fold CE Golf, right?
Which isn't a new course. It's a
That's right.
release of he updated the fold with all of his new techniques and stuff, and it's phenomenal. So technically, it's not a new course. We
Right.
put it
But
in
we
here
wanted to
more as
put it in
a
here in case there was like, because a lot of times we don't, and people are like, oh, what about the Fold? You missed that one. Nah, it's like we established a long time ago that we're not doing remakes. And then DPC Summer was something that Soupy did everybody a favor and got out really
yeah.
quickly so people could play.
He did that really quick too for the SGT tour. Yes, that was awesome.
Yep. Fairwood Golf and Country Club, and then we have one by you, which
Yeah, I got one out there. Yep.
but it's spelled incorrectly here.
It is. I stuck a U in there accidentally. I got to go do an edit and fix that. I fat fingered something when I was doing it. So, yep.
It's actually what? It's
TASHA, not the
right.
U
And
is
and
the U shouldn't be there.
yeah, and if it's correct, if you switch the T and EH, do you know what you have?
And no, what do I have? The
Haktua.
T and the Haktua.
We'll
That
leave
is
it
the
at that.
course I was going for. We'll leave it at that.
The Haktua course. Let's go play the Haktua course. Okay, and then another one by Jay Pruitt. There's our couple by Tech Bud. We got one. Tech Bud did a course in Norway. Woo! And then Virginia, and then we got Mache did a course in Finland. The okay,
I
our
was
booze have been
laughing because
done.
this slide, when I put this slide together, this slide are all relative. These are all newer courses that were released just in the last day or two or a couple of
Yes,
days.
there is
And I
no
saw
order
this
here.
slide and I thought we are just gonna butcher every name on the entire except for Beaver Creek, which get out of my backyard, Jay Pruitt. Not allowed to be here in Colorado with me. But actually, it's a great course. I played the Beaver Creek course a couple of times. But the rest of these, I thought we were just going to absolutely butcher these names, and they're all on the same slide.
Then we have Squaretail, and by the way, Mashi, you need to update these courses. There's an
I
update
got to
for
update
those.
the. How do I delete them?
Oh gosh, my God. Between yeah, well, I guess we can cover this now. Like, are we tired of hearing, hey, how do I update GS Pro to the latest version?
So I have had 3 requests from people asking if we would just do a special episode on post of the week, V3 version, GS Pro
You
version
probably
3.
could.
We
I
could do
was
an entire
unfortunately
episode.
so busy the last like week that I wasn't on social media and I missed, like I was in there and I just didn't think to capture a lot of stuff, but man, there were some gems.
I
There were
grabbed
really
I
some
grabbed
gems.
some. I did not grab too many, but I grabbed some. There was a ton, but there's also some that are just so dumb that I felt putting them in was lowering my IQ.
So here's I think this is another new designer,
Yep.
TTZ668, which looks
Yep.
like he just randomly picked his name.
He's
Linthagel Golf
blue
Club in
for
Scotland.
sure. He is
Yeah.
blue. That's a new course for him.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Center Valley Club by Hardcoal. Lakelands Golf Course, actually in Australia. The funny thing, there's actually a Lakelands golf course near my house up in the Poconos. So
That is
I
not the
saw that.
Poconos.
No, it's not the Poconos. And when I saw this in there, I was like, "Who the hell did Lakeland?" Because it's a. I should probably
It's a
do it.
good track.
It's a really fun little par 3 piece of crap up there, but it could be fun. Maybe it's a little hobby thing I do at some point. Anyway, then we got
Who did
some
Nuggy? Nudgy? How do you say that one? It's in Australia, so is
Oh,
it
no, the one by
Nudgy?
Dev there. Yeah, he does
Yeah.
all Australian courses, but Nudgy,
Nudgy,
Karai,
Nuggy,
Karai.
correct. Oh my God, we sound like idiots. Nudgy,
Yeah,
correct.
who knows what it is?
I need to go to the Google Translate and have it like sound it out for me.
We got Oki, Kamoki, Skokie Country Club by Mache.
Skokie. Yep, Skokie.
Then we got TC Garage Golf in here, T Square, Dev, TC Garage Golf, Magoober, McGregor, MacGyver, the club at
Right.
Golden Valley. Brickyard Crossing, the ball. Oh, Greg McDonald. So did you see the story behind the GS Pro golf park?
I did see the story on this. And we should throw an honorable mention out to the GS Pro ballpark because this is a really interesting.
Yes,
Go
we didn't
ahead. Yeah,
select it as an MPAL because it's more like a driving range, right?
yes.
But I
But
loved it how some dude on Facebook said, "Hey, I think it would be really cool to hit in a stadium." Because I think there was a company that actually, and be like I'm
there
close
is.
to Penn State. There's a company that drives around and they rent out the stadiums. You can go, like you could go hit balls in Beaver Stadium at Penn State. I think this guy said, "Hey, why don't we do that in GS Pro?" And there were a couple people said, "I don't know if the designers are working on it. It's kind of hard to do." Greg said, "Hold my beer."
Here, I will do this in a matter of like 6
A week
minutes.
or something. He just turns it out, and it's cool. I mean, it's really cool. So nice job, Greg. I love all the stuff that you are doing.
I do too.
It's
I do
really
too.
cool when a guy walks in and and I was this way a long time ago, and unfortunately I'm not anymore, which was, hey, I'm going to push the limits and try stuff. And then you get kind of like tired of trying, and that's where I'm at right now. I just want to kind of build courses and whatever. This Greg is like just like, dude, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. It's freaking great. Love it, Greg. Nice job.
Greg is doing some great stuff. He and I've had some side conversations, and man, that guy is a passionate dude, which I love, and he's trying all kinds of new things, which is great. And the fact that he could take someone's request and throw it out there in a matter of like a few days is awesome.
Yeah,
So
he's done
big
some
honorable
impressive
mention
blender
out to
stuff.
you. Yeah, and big honorable mention out to you, Greg, for getting that out there.
Yeah. And then we have
I'm gonna watch you go at the club. I want to see you go at club.
Let me go at club. Oh,
Club
club at
at
Snoqualmie.
Yeah,
Snoqualmie.
good, pretty damn
Snoqualmie
good.
Ridge. Yeah.
Snoqualmie, yes, it's outside of Seattle. It's Snoqualmie. Yep.
Yeah. Then you got the Viagra course.
Needlewood. Oh no, Needwood. Sorry,
Needwood.
which is the Viagra course? Needwood.
Needwood.
Needwood. I read that as Needlewood, not Needwood.
I
But
did
now
too,
that I
honestly, I
see
have to say.
Needwood,
But now that it's Needwood, it is the Viagra course,
it is the Viagra course.
or Cialis,
Jay
whatever floats your
Pruitt, it's
boat.
perfectly fine that you spend time over in Needwood on the Executive 9 in Maryland. Get your ass out of my home state doing Beaver Creek. There you go.
Durwood and Durwood.
In
Durwood.
Durwood. It's Durwood.
So T Squared has been knocking them out. We got Robert A. Black Golf
I
Club,
think
the Elk
John K is
797.
new too,
Yeah,
I
that's new.
think.
I'm assuming he's blue as well.
Yep, he's a first timer. Yep.
And then, well, we got another one by TC Garage Golf. So this is a weird one because I haven't seen this guy in Discord. No one knows who this person is, TC Garage Golf, who keeps on dropping courses like Dead Flies.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
Pac-Man put another one out there for us to enjoy. Are we getting towards the end here yet? Pac-Man.
I
Oh, wait.
think this
Oh,
is
we
the
got a
end.
repeat? No, there we got Windmere. No. Windmere,
Nope, not a repeat.
Pac-Man, TC Garage Golf again, Get Glacier with
Yep.
Orange
A
County.
a shit ton of courses released.
So what? How long ago was it the last time we did a show?
2 weeks?
No, it was at least 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
I guess my point is
53 courses released in 3 weeks.
Yeah. So let's talk about that because you and I have lives.
Yeah. Apparently I don't.
We were talking about kind of like a show change because if we're getting this number of courses now, this isn't even busy season yet. We're going to struggle keeping up. So I am of the opinion, for me at least, and I'll leave this for what you want to do. I'm probably only going to pick an MPAL a week now, if that.
Yeah, it's curious. I haven't decided. I get that. And you can pick more than one, I guess. If you look through the courses, you're like, hey, there's two
If
that I
I'm really
really
inspired,
yeah,
maybe I'll pick more than one.
Yeah, I think given this was way easier to do when GS Pro was doing 10 courses a week. 15, maybe at the most 15 courses a week. And even I will say 15 courses a week at the peak last year, or the peak of winter, was still hard. That's a lot of courses to go through weekly. And we do need to try to go back to a more regular schedule now that the winter is here, and this, so our plan is to do that anyway. But yeah, I think I on one hand, I miss the days of where we would look at every single course, and we remember when we started this, we reviewed every single course, and we gave
Oh
feedback
yeah,
on every single
every
course.
course, and then we couldn't keep up.
We couldn't keep up doing that, so we moved to the MPOW format, and now it's harder. It's becoming too hard to keep up with the current MPOW format because we still have to look at every. And by the way, just so you all know, and Steve may want to put our video back up, is we don't log in and look at the first tee and make a decision. You and I literally will play. Now we may mouse through my process is I mouse through 18 holes on every single course, and then I fly around the course with the mouse through to look for other things I didn't see and see things I might have missed. Get my list of what is an MPOW, and then I go downstairs and I play the MPOW in the sim to see does it play like it does, because I think mousing through versus playing it are two different experiences personally. That
100%.
is a lot to do with 53 courses.
Yeah. Um, I'll be honest, like more recently, I've gotten to the point where I am now opening up a course, and if the colors are off, I'm done.
I
I'll
think we may have to go to
I'll be
if I open the course and the colors are off, I'm going to move on and not get, because I always try to let it grow on me and see if it's going to work and stuff. Because there's just too many to keep up, and there's too many courses coming out at the volume that they are for
yeah,
us to do that. So I may, I guess, long way of saying, I'm not saying yes, I'm only going to do one MPOW a week, but I am saying that we probably need to look at a show change to figure out how we can cover all the courses in the wintertime.
yeah. Yes,
So,
because the busiest time of the year for us is February, March, because everyone the I look at the analytics on YouTube because
yep.
this channel that this is on also houses the tutorial videos, and we are ramping up again.
Yeah, I believe that.
We
I
are
believe the
sharply
downloads of the
going back
video.
up again, and there are more people by the individual number of you can see individual like how many different people are looking at the
Yep,
videos, because if you look at
yep,
views, somebody might watch the same video three
yep,
times.
yep.
um, the individual number of people has never been higher than this, which means that we were going to see a lot more new course builders and a lot new courses coming out. And as people, that 100 hours that it takes to build your first course, the 100 to 200 hours, that's going to start hitting in probably December, January, March, and we're going to see a shit again. The technical term, shit ton, right? Of
Shit ton,
courses.
yeah. And listen, I gotta say, I also think, and I'm just speaking off the cuff here, and I don't want to be one that just sits in the sidelines and complains. I'm not trying to complain. I'm happy to try to help figure out a solution. We have the beta testing solution with the new version of GS Pro. There's even the activation server all set up for the beta.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but the number of new designers and the number of, like, there's two things I'm really, to some degree, concerned, wrong word, but concerned about. One, the number of designers that have never launched a course and all of a sudden they drop 5 courses without feedback. And two, because up until this point and going forward, we have looked at every single course that gets released, the number of courses that have just really off colors. And I'm not saying the colors need to be perfect. I'm just saying the number of courses where the colors are way oversaturated, the hues don't match, the fairways and the rough don't match. The number of that is a lot higher now than it has been in the past. I think that's just because the
Well,
volume is
there's
higher.
yeah, and I agree, but there's something odd to me with that, which is the V3 tools made it very easy. If you just use the defaults for the
Yes.
textures, things should look pretty darn good. Now, when we look at MPALs, if you're just using the defaults, we can see that right away. We realize that
Yep.
these are the
That's
defaults,
fine.
and
Yep.
we look at that. But I think where a lot of people now, where we're seeing is people are still using the defaults for vegetation.
Yes.
Those do not look good.
Those do not match. If you're putting in trees, the default colors don't look good. If you use default 2D grasses, you have to adjust all those
Yeah.
colors.
Now, Arboretum, do you think that's going to change that? Do you think
I don't
I
I
haven't
I
used that
don't
yet.
know. I haven't used it yet. I will. I'm part, they've asked me to do some testing on it, which I'm happy to go do. I've got a couple
They asked me
courses
to
in
do
the
some
work.
testing too, but I'm just not in a place in my course to do that. So
I'm ready to. I just haven't gotten access to the tools to do it. So as
Okay.
soon as they give me access, I can go play with it and see.
I'm
I'm
hoping that fix a
hoping,
lot of that they can set these
yes,
trees that similar to what they did with V3 with meshes, they
you
can
mean
do with
V4?
all these assets with like the base stack of trees and
Yes.
say, these are if you use the default, things look pretty darn good.
Yes, if we can get the tree assets, the grass assets, the wind shaders to all be uniform and all look pretty good, then somebody could a new designer could go in and build a course, use the defaults, it will look really good, and that's all you need,
Yeah.
okay? And then you can learn as you build more courses how to do sat shader and how to adjust colors. I also think, and this is my own personal preference, I did see a big Facebook post that Tech is apparently looking at doing some course. Tech Buzz looking at doing some courses, some like live, like teach people how to build a
I think that
course.
is
And
a brilliant idea.
I think it's brilliant. I actually want to sit through it because I want to learn some of his techniques. I think it'd be great. Like
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant. I thought about maybe offering. I just don't think I'm a
It's
good enough designer to
I
do
think
that.
it's
But
brilliant. I think he'll be very successful, but I also feel very bad for him because
his patience.
oh yeah. And
But I
because I think you're going to have if you have 100 people, I think you're going to have like the bottom 25% who aren't really tech literate, who are going to struggle, and then who are going to maybe bog down the whole process in these,
yeah,
if these are like live sessions. You got
it'll
to be a
be
little
interesting
careful.
it'll be interesting to see. Correct. But I also think that there's too much color changing happening inside of Unity. I do all of my color
Yes,
changing, color tweaking in Photoshop, where you can get
exactly.
much more granular and detailed and non-destructive. And I think there's too many people that are changing default colors, that they're using default textures in Unity, but then changing colors on those meshes inside of Unity, and then not being able to carry that color change throughout, even though there is an update material button, then your hues get off and things and that and everything else. So it's I just would I I think that's contributing to some of the color issues that we're seeing.
Right.
So anyway, my own opinion. That's all it's worth.
Okay.
Let's go.
So
We got MPOWs
moving
though.
on
We do have MPOWs. I'm so happy. I'm so
the
happy.
info. Woo. Okay. So
Now,
first of all, everyone bear with, I think, how many do we have? 10?
9. We took mine out by
Oh yeah.
vote. So
We took
9.
Hawk 2 out.
You gave me an MPOW for Hawk Tua, and I said, take it out. It's a good
We,
course. I like it, but I said,
we were
don't
trying to
MPOW me.
streamline the show a little
Trying to
bit.
streamline the show from 10 MPOWs down. So
And we've already are at a half an hour and we're just
yes,
starting
and
MPOWs.
we said we're gonna speed it up, and we're not.
Yeah.
So let's
So,
go.
and also bear with us because we were going through this earlier. Some of these screenshots we got from like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we couldn't remember who got them.
I'm telling you real quick. I know we're long on the show already, but real quick, we were in the pre-show going through the slides, and I was like, "You
Did
took
you got
those," and
this? Oh, you got
yeah,
this. No, I
you
got
took
this.
those, and you're going through it, and I'm going, "Actually, I think I took those. My name is on the screen." I didn't even know I took it.
And like this is now I looking back is like when I do screenshots, typically I hide the GUI, I hit the
Yeah,
H key. And now I'm like wishing I didn't do that because you didn't do that, and now at
I
least you
did.
know your name's on
That's
it. You know
the
you took the screenshot.
only way I knew it was my. I was like, "That's not my. I didn't take that screenshot. You took it." And then my name comes up like, "Oh, I took it."
All right. Well,
Let's
we're
go.
both going to have to comment here, and Steve, you need to hide our video. Thank you very much. And here we go. San Jose Country Club by Pac-Man. Um,
And
Here we go. Congratulations, Pac-Man, on the MPAL. Can you give me some, Steve? Hey, applause. Thank you.
thank you, Steve.
So, okay, I think I got these.
You took these.
It's been a while since we've had a good, no, I shouldn't say a good Pac-Man course, a Pac-Man course, period. And so, I know that yeah, the Patreon guys have to have as many courses in GS Pro versus in their Patreons. So I'm wondering if they're starting to hit this critical mass where they're going to start releasing more as they add more to their Patreons. But
Yeah, maybe. I will tell you though, it's also one thing for me. One thing that I love that I think is interesting is I don't know if this is a premium build or a basic build. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's a Pac-Man build and it's an MPOW, right?
Yeah, and now most
If
of the time I tell with them is because of the T markers. These are standard T markers. If they're done a premium, I think they do custom ones, right?
that might be correct. And my point was where I'm going with it is if this is a basic build because he's got standard T markers in it, it's an MPOW. It's better than
Yeah,
it's his basic the Patreon guy's basic builds are better than a lot of just because they got so much experience. You know what I mean? They're
100%.
really good at what they do.
Yeah, I mean, look at something like this. I mean, to
Yes.
take that cart path up the side with this wall up here, I don't know if I would be, if I was a Patreon guy or doing this for a commission, I'm not sure if I'm spending the time to add this extra detail up on
Yep.
the hill.
Yep.
This is probably something that the people who play the course in real life are very familiar with. So you have to make this. To me, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't a premium build. It maybe
But
it isn't.
even his sat shading on the cart path with the dark line down the middle, which by the way, Pac-Man, I
Yeah.
need to ping you in because I want to learn how I don't do it very well and I need to learn how to do it better. But like
Oh,
that
that's in
is
my video
such
series. I show you how to do it.
you have a video series?
Yeah, I show you how to do sat shader on your cart paths in the video
Okay, I'll
series.
go look at that one.
Yeah.
That is like that's like I love that technique. And again, even I don't know if this is
Yeah.
or not, but if this was a basic build, that level of quality is awesome.
It's a great touch. I love that line down the middle because it's like it represents either where the oil is dripping from the carts or the tires are wearing out the outside of the cart,
Yep.
right path.
Yep. Agreed.
He had some really good looking. I love the lily pads. I don't think that gets put into a basic build. The lily pads are great on here. I don't, and that's an asset, a lily pad asset. I don't think I've ever seen. I'm familiar with like the lily pad asset I have. I've never seen that one before. It looks really
Okay.
good. His
Yep.
watercolor is really good. The
Let
bridge
me ask,
across the water, everything here.
I've never used a lily pad asset. Is each one of those its own asset? Like,
The
or is it a
one I
group of
had,
lily
they were like in little
pads?
clusters, and you would
Okay.
plant like a little, like a 5 or 6 of them. But
Okay.
the way that these are laid out, they look fairly random, as if they're not clustered. They're almost individually done.
Do the lily pads take on the water properties? Will they float in the water? Like, will they move with the
Well,
water ripples
essentially,
with
when
them?
you plant them, you just have to make sure you have your collider in the water, and then they plant right on the collider, so they would be even. They're really easy to do. They take like
Right, but can you
seconds.
can you add a water type material so they ripple with the waves?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm. No. Just some beautiful, like the housework on here
Yep.
is really good. There's some really good like hills around the outside where things look really natural with the trees and
It
the
looks like this
between the
course
sat.
is down in a valley.
Yes,
Like, I
it
like
is.
that.
There's a lot of things like around the outside of the course that are kind of looking over top of you. The
Yep.
course itself is really fun too. I mean, that's
Yep.
another reason that we gave it an MPAL, because it was just a really fun course. Then the clubhouse. This looks very much. I saw this clubhouse. This looks really familiar. It looks like the Kapalua clubhouse, like the same modern kind of style with the windows, long
Yep.
windows and stuff. And I thought for a second, I was like, did he use my Kapalua clubhouse? And then I realized I never posted it, so which I should probably do.
You should.
I should, because I really like to share assets like that. But really good job. This isn't like right on the course, so he did enough detail in here that from far away it looked good. I kind of zoomed in here at the point. And then, my God, the number of houses on this course is unbelievable. This is zoomed way out. It's
This is
just,
insane how many he planted. Holy cow.
this leads me to believe that this is not a basic build. You would not plant that number of
I
houses. I mean,
assume
the
he's planting
course
those in VS
is like
Pro.
right here. Yeah, but I don't know how
Is
you plant those in VS Pro when they're like right to the road and stuff.
I
They're
don't
not
either, because every
random.
time I try to plant in VS Pro, it never sets them
Uh,
in the proper position. I gotta then go edit each one
right.
to rotate them and
It's unbelievable. I think he has an
Yeah.
intern. I think he's got an intern.
He must have an he's got a small
Yeah.
crew of people he's working for him.
Um, and then I like to find kind of funny stuff to lighten the show up. And the funny thing that I found this week was, well, not this, like on this course, this bridge. It's being held up by plywood. What is that? Is that
I don't
safe?
know.
Is
I'd
that
be
safe?
afraid. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly the asset is. That is the default bridge asset, the OPCD
It
bridge
is?
asset, but he changed. Yes, he did not use, when you go into Blender and you actually choose add a bridge and you build out the
Yeah.
bridge,
Yeah.
he didn't do that because I did the same thing on a course I'm working on right now that's in beta. He just drugged the asset from the prefab in Unity out, and it only has that one stand on there. Okay, and then he changed the material. He changed the material to like a plywood looking type material. So I know exactly what he did, and I love it. I think it's great. But yes, it looks like it's very rickety.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to walk across that, you know.
Yep.
But okay. Well,
I'm surprised
congratulations,
with no
Pac-Man.
water or anything in there too that there's a bridge. Like, why isn't there just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but I
I
think it's
think
funny.
this was kind of like it wasn't, if I remember again, this was I took this screenshot a long time ago. It was kind of off the beaten path. It's not something normally the
Yeah.
golfer would see. So when
Yep.
I zoomed in, I kind of had to laugh because I- I'm being a little facetious here that whatever. It's fine. It's a
Yep.
great course pack, and we just have to have funny stuff.
Great job, Pac-Man. Love the course. It was really fun to play. By
Yeah.
the way, Pac-Man, I'm going to tell you right now, it is winter time. It is time for us to get our weekly sim beta rounds going. So let's get together and start playing some beta golf.
Yeah. Kind of circle me in too now that my sim is back up and
Yeah,
running.
and you've got a brand new Achilles, like your whole foot is brand new.
It's
Like
almost
you're like a
approaching a
bionic,
year. Yeah.
it's a bionic man. You can come play with us.
Yeah. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. So next one, Lakewood Shores, Serradella by Jay Pruitt.
Jay
Congratulations.
Pruitt. Who gave that guy an M-How? What the hell were we thinking?
Out there in Michigan, right?
Up in Michigan, I think I took these screenshots. Is this the one that we were arguing on?
Maybe.
Yes, I did. My
Maybe.
name's on them.
Yeah.
This is the one that I was like, I didn't take this. He's like, dude, your name's on me. It wasn't me. Didn't take it. Not my screenshot. Anyway, great course up in Michigan. I've actually been lucky enough to play golf. Two of our guys' golf trips have been up in Michigan, up in Traverse City and around Grand Rapids. So I've had a chance to play not this specific course, but golf in that part of the country. And I felt like I was there. I thought the colors were great. I don't know if I got a question. Maybe I guess I don't remember all these screenshots, but there's some nice little vert painting, good tees. But the overall look and feel felt really nice to me, and the hues carried throughout everything. Let's go forward and we'll bang through some of these slides. Cool tee markers. I like the logs. Nothing fancy about them, but I like them. They're custom. Like, it doesn't take much to make a custom tee marker and make a custom flag, and it goes a long way to putting a special touch on the course. So love these. I assume that's the real logo from the course. I didn't go look it up, but nicely done. Next slide, Steve. Oh, here's what I was talking about. Again, for new designers, if you haven't played with vert painting, play with it. If you haven't played with the channel material editor where you can move one material from if you can move one texture from one material to the other material, play with it and have fun with it. It's a very easy way of adding some really nice touches, like putting this dried out dirt area around these bushes inside the 3DG. And if you do it properly using the black channel like he did here, it thins and removes the 3DG out. So it looks like I've got this area of dead area that the bushes are in there. So that little touch doesn't take long to do or hard to do, but it adds a really nice detail to your courses. I thought from this one, you can see I was in the fairway here, just looking off to the right. We love it when you can find really good reflection probes set at the right spot. And that pergola was right on the money. Like, that was the North Star of this reflection probe. All I did was turn my view, like 45 degrees from the pin, and it looks great. The watercolor is a little interesting. Like, we see a lot of clear water, we see a lot of blue water, we see a lot of murky, dirty water, and we see a lot of oily, slick water where people don't touch anything. I haven't seen a lot of this color. I don't even know what color that would be, but I think it looked
It's
well. What
yeah,
do you think
it's
it
like
is?
it's kind of like algae almost, right?
Yeah, I kind of felt like late in the day to me. Like, it was kind of like sun getting a little lower, and the water had kind of a weird color to it based on that. It wasn't bad, don't get me wrong,
No.
but I think it was great, and I think it looked great, and I think your grasses right down to the water looked great, and like the whole layout, the whole color, the trees. again, nothing pops out of place. Everything looks like it's natural there.
I want to know who's hanging out that pergola, because that just seems like in the middle of like nowhere. There's no way to get to it,
I love it. You walk out there, you just hang out, watch people
and
teeing
get
off,
and get
and
bitten by mosquitoes, right?
yeah, well, there's that too. There's the water. I got a little close up of the water, and it was a really good look. It was just looked good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Hadn't
your
seen that
screenshot. It
color.
looks like there's almost like pollen and stuff floating in it too.
It does look like there's stuff floating in it. Exactly. I don't think there was, but I don't know why my screenshot would capture that.
Yeah, cool
A lot of
course though.
hazards. A lot
Wow,
of that.
so much
Lot.
water on this course, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All over the place. So definitely, definitely some target golf. You gotta. It's a course you gotta play smart. But it was a lot of fun to play. I played this one in the sim too. Heads up, number 12, tree overhang, no big deal. Doesn't impact your shot at all, but just so you know it's there.
Some people hate that. I don't mind something like this. Um,
I I put it in occasionally because sometimes the trees overhang the tee box.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
as
good.
long as it's
In
not
this
going to get in
case,
the
it
way of
looks
the
pretty
shot.
good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the clubhouse tee shot. I think this was 18. I grabbed a picture of cars out there. The detail was just really well done.
Doesn't that look like the same clubhouse I just showed you on the Pac-Man course?
It did. It did look like the same clubhouse. Hmm.
It
I
might
wonder.
be.
I wonder why, because I think it might be with a different texture on it. Which I'm a big fan of, by the way.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah. Why
congratulations.
not? Absolutely, yeah.
And then another Jay Pruitt course. Is this
Lakewood
Jay Pruitt week?
Shores, Gailes. Again, same area out there in Michigan again. So
Yeah, very similar look and feel. I didn't do a ton of screenshots in this one because it's very similar to what you just saw. Same tees, same look and feel, just really, really well executed. We can kind of go through some of these to help with our overall speed. Same, again, custom flag. I thought this was really unique. Those
whew,
pop
they're
bunkers, like
everywhere,
they're
everywhere.
everywhere and they suck.
Yes,
So,
especially in sim golf. I feel like
oh,
no matter what you do in GS Pro, I feel like it's really hard to get a high lofted shot out of sand.
well, let me ask you a question. Do you play in sim golf? Do you play your sand shot the same way you would play a sand shot out on the course?
Oh no,
Like, do you?
no.
So I do. I play my sand shot in the sim. I open my stance. I line a little left. I open the club face all the way up. Like green side bunkers. I play them the same way I would play in the real life to practice the real life shot. I don't play them any differently.
No, I play them differently because I feel like in real life, you're supposed to kind of hit like behind the ball and like the sand kind of
Yep.
almost like cushions the ball up and
Yep.
out.
Yep.
But I don't want to, if you do that in a sim, you're just hitting it fat, right?
Yeah, that's true. I don't try to take 2 inches behind the ball and take sand. I do try to clip the ball and the mat at the same time.
Yes.
But the rest of my I know a lot of folks that I've played with that are like, oh no, I just play a regular shot. I do not try to play a sand shot out of a bunker. I try to play a sand shot.
Yeah, I do try to open the club. Well, it depends. Like if I'm in one of these, I do try to open the
You got to
face
open
a
it up.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
There's a yurt.
Yeah,
There you go. I don't know. I don't
what's
know what to say. There's a yurt.
what is it?
It's a yurt.
What's a yurt? I never heard this before.
You've never
Educate
heard of
me.
a yurt?
No, is
You
it like
are
is this like hot yoga in there or something?
I don't know. I'm not in that yurt. I couldn't tell you.
Wait, so what's a yurt? It's like this circular building, you're saying?
Yeah, a yurt is a circular building. It's how do you I'm trying to think of how you spell it. Is it YURT or
All
YRT?
right.
It is a round circular building that's like for various different cultures live in, and sometimes they have like families living in a yurt. Usually there's a fire in the center with
All
a
right.
hole in the roof where the smoke comes through to
You
keep
know what
them
I call
warm.
that? A teepee.
A teepee, yeah, but a teepee is cloth. A teepee is like animal skin and cloth on the outside. A yurt is more like a building. This is just a round building.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
So there's a yurt. I don't know why, but there's a yurt. It looked good.
Yeah. All right.
What else have we got,
Uh,
Steve? I don't remember what screenshots are next.
so this
This
was like you
looks
have the
good.
stream going through with the cool vegetation on it. Okay, the watercolor. Yeah, cool
Thank
bridge. The arch bridge. Just good
It
looking
looks
area here, right?
great.
Yeah.
Thank you for making your bridge level to the terrain without a big gap in between. Most people don't do that, so that's just, I mean, just a little blender work there, which looks good. Deep grasses. We talk a lot on the show, we have over the last several years, about using color in grass. I thought this is a great example of different shades of green, right? Because you got yellows, you got some browns, you got some greens, you got some darker greens, you got some blacks in there, but they all go together. And it almost looks like in the bushes out there, there's a shadow underneath the bush, which I like. And so not everything needs to be completely uniform, and it's okay to put pops in there, and sometimes okay to put pops of color, sometimes okay to put pops of different hue, of the same hue, different colors in the same hue. So this was that example to me. It just looked really, really well done.
So I think I captured this one because he
Okay.
did a really good job on this one of layering his VS Pro grasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're a designer watching this, go into here and you fly around. The same grass he has planted, I believe, like 3 or 4 different times, so it
Yeah.
fills in gradually. That line I drew, if we could animate this like flying over, you would see it kind of slightly. He did a really good job. It's only subtle, kind of build out. So it helps with performance, it helps with the look. So then when you're up nice and close to the ground, everything looks really full. But the way he layered this was really,
Well,
really well done.
what's really good as well, which shows a really attention to detail, and again, new designers, if you're watching this, if you look out past the second red line, that is 100% sat shader, no grass. Okay. If you come in between the red lines, that's some grasses rendering on top, and you can't tell a difference, right? Like there's no, he's matched the base colors of the grasses to the base of the sat shader perfectly, so that there is no hard line forming of, oh, there's where the grass starts. It's just like a seamless blend from plain sat shader to deep grasses closer to the bottom of the screen there. So that's a really, really great way to look at how do you, when you question your colors in your grass, if it's popping off and you see a hard line, you don't have your colors right.
Yep, yep. So hey, congratulations
Good
on the
job.
MPAL. Nice job.
Congratulations, bud. Now get out of my backyard. Get off my lawn.
All right, so
Um,
Center Valley Country Club by Hardcore. Congratulations on the
Hardcore.
MPAL.
I think this might be, I'm doing my memory here. This might be Hardcore's first MPOW.
I believe you're right. Yes,
I
I
think
totally think you're
so.
right. Yep.
Nice job. Pennsylvania. I mean, I took the screenshots, but this is, I mean, it's your part of the world in Pennsylvania. Is this near
I don't
you?
know where this is. Center Valley. I'd have to Google. Don't think I've ever been anywhere close to this. So who
Okay.
knows?
Got it. Got it. I don't know
Um,
what part of Pennsylvania it is in.
yeah, I don't know either. Center Valley. It's probably in the middle, right? But I'm
Probably
in the
it's in the
middle,
center.
so
It's probably in the center, but you're in the center, so you would know. So,
yeah. Uh,
you
holy
want to go?
smokes, the amount of detail on this course, right?
Oh my God, there's so much stuff to look at in this course. It was so much fun.
I mean, so even right here, I mean, what's the deal with the moon up there? Is that just an object hanging out there?
It is. I actually flew out to it, hit F5 and fly out. It is a moon object hanging up there in the sky. I love it.
Cool.
I think it's great.
He's got his
Great
custom
T.
T markers
Yep, great T markers,
with
and
the
it's not just
names. Yes.
the names. Correct. He created a unique one for each one. Yep.
T, the sign, he even did put a lot of detail in the driving range as well.
Yep. Ball marker truck out there, and there's even a guy sitting in the ball. I mean, maybe he's always in there. I don't know, but I did see one course. I don't remember which. I don't know if you saw this or not. There was one course. It is. We didn't empower. I don't remember whose it was. I don't remember the name of the course. All I remember is my drive was in the middle of the fairway, and here comes the ball picker around the middle of the fairway, and there was no one driving it. It was a ghost driving it. He had a person driving this ball picker, which I appreciated.
And by the way, this guy has a very big tailwind too, because the flags are moving
The
forward.
flags are going at us. I didn't even notice that. That's awesome.
He's definitely a Trump supporter, flying those flags, right?
Flying those flags.
Yeah.
Lily pads. We talked about on Pac-Man's course. Is this the same lily pad asset, you think?
I don't know because the Pac-Mans didn't have the flowers, I don't think. So
Okay.
it could be,
Now,
and it could be.
I found one weird thing, and on the flowers, both the white flowers that are in the deep rough and the flowers on the lily pads. I always test these courses when I mouse through them with the wind on max setting to see how the wind shaders are working.
Yep.
And these grasses, the flowers were getting really like they're bigger in this image because of that than they would normally are. When the wind was set to normal, they were smaller. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
the wind
Oh
was
yeah.
doing weird things with the flowers.
Yeah. Hey, that
So heads up
happens.
on that. It
Yeah, that
happens. Yep.
happens.
I love the cement plant in the background or whatever that is,
The
and
plane flying over
the
with the
plane
contrail behind
flying.
it.
And then
Yeah.
there's noises. Like he didn't just put the plane flying with the trail behind it. Like you could hear the plane, and it gets louder as it gets closer. Like it's just really well done. Yep. There's our plane.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. And
I
then
grabbed a lot of screenshots.
yeah, Meshy, what's up with these guys?
I don't know. I don't see you or I in there, but these guys are hanging out. They're animated. They're drinking beer, which is good for us.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Mhm. This service electric sign cracks me up because I think that's like where my mom has her cable from, like up in
Oh,
north
really?
central Penn. Service Electric, yeah, it's like the cable company. It's a mom and pop cable company. So this must be Yingling too. I mean, maybe this is like in the Pottsville area. Like funny,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
PA shop or power shop. This is great.
Oh, it's everywhere.
This is
Yeah.
such local stuff. It's great.
Somebody had to have maybe paid him to build it. I don't know. Maybe he built it. I
Maybe.
don't know who these folks are. Is that him? Is that him hanging out with his other on the
Yeah.
driving range? I don't know. So
It almost looks like he put like real people's faces on
I know.
his
I
things.
know. But everybody needs to shave though. Even she does. She needs to
Even
shave.
she does, right? Or she's got like some type of she's got something on her
Sunburn?
face. Yeah, could
I
be.
don't know. I don't know. And then of course,
You
like,
found
oh,
this
this
guy.
guy creeped me out. He's animated and he's like pointing at me. He's out right off the first tee box. I'm like, dude, I don't know what. Don't yell at me.
I feel like
Give
he's
me
like saying,
pressure.
"Hey, dude, do you want to see a magic trick?" I don't know.
I thought he was saying, "Hey, do you want a piece of candy?"
Yeah, you want to pet my puppy?
And then there was some really cool. Oh,
Hey, look at
hey,
that. I know that.
hey, way to bribe
Yeah.
yourself into an MPOW.
I thought he said he put a picture of me on a truck or something, but I didn't see it, but maybe it is out there someplace.
I didn't see it. I did see these two on there. I didn't. If there's a picture of you somewhere, I didn't find it.
Power shopper, yeah, because in Pennsylvania we do the free market power. It's really funny. Good stuff. Congratulations. Nice job in the
Yep.
MPAL hard coal.
Congrats. Nice done. Love it. Love it. Had a
It's
fun
a funny
playing it.
thing is his name's hard coal, so he's got to be from Pennsylvania. You have hard coal, soft
Has
coal,
to
you know.
be. Has to be.
All right, so we got another one here by Pac-Man. So Windmere, right?
Yep. You want to take this one? Or did I get this one? I don't
I don't
remember. Oh,
know.
I got
Oh,
this one. My
yeah, you
name's
got
on
this one.
it.
What do you know?
Another listen, there is a reason why Pac-Man gets MPOWs because he does such a really good job. There's gonna be a lot of similarities between the last course we talked about and this course. His colors are great, his grasses are great. He puts nice custom assets in, and it all blends and it goes together and looks well. Custom tee markers look fantastic. This was actually the first tee turned around 180 degrees, looking back up,
Uh,
and another great example of deep rough. It's thick. The grasses are very at heights, and colors, but they all go together. It looks so natural. I actually love it with a house in the background. The tees, like, I could see myself on this first tee, looking around when my buddy is hitting, and kind of taking it all in. It was really well done.
oh my
Um,
gosh.
this
Again, the
was
houses, right? The houses. Number of
one.
houses he planned.
This is one screenshot. If you
Right.
turn 90 degrees, it's the same. If you turn another 90, it's the same. Another 90 is the same. In all directions, there's this many houses planted. So I don't know how you plant that many houses, my friend. I'd love to know your secret. If it's unless it's you do it manually yourself, because I don't want to do that. But man, that's a ton of houses.
And like the roads out there too. Like that, I don't
Yeah.
think that's not sat shader, right? Or is
I
it?
didn't get far enough to low. I think it is Sat Shader actually. But I
The
don't
roads
know.
are? It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he splined them. I think he splined the roads. And like if you look at the little patches of grass in the middle of the road there,
Yeah.
I think that's all splined out. I think so. The roads are
Wow.
probably sat, and so it's like it's really well done. I love this shot. This was the third hole, uphill par three, and it just kind of encompassed everything. There wasn't a ton of water. There's a little bit of water on this course with a creek running through it, but it just encompassed the deep rough with the grasses and the trees and the rough and the green and the houses. It just was the cart path. There's our sat shader on the cart
Yep.
path going up the left side, the
Yep.
fence up there on the top left. It was real. It looked great. There's one lake, I think one lake on it, and this is coming up 18 with the clubhouse in the back, which I don't recognize the clubhouse in all fairness.
It looks
Um,
familiar to me, but only 60%. So that could be a custom. I don't know.
I thought the reflection probe was really well done. It just again looked really good.
So congratulations, Pac-Man.
Congratulations, Pac-Man.
Well done. Okay, here we go. More Riverside Country Club in Saskatchewan, Canada, by T Squared.
Yay, T squared.
Hey, you captured this one, so teeing off, right?
Oh, I did take this one. I love this. Like, there's so much. Listen, I'm a big fan of advanced lighting, and I'm becoming a very quick fan of skyboxes.
But
And
you
I
can't do
think
an
this,
advanced lighting, right?
which you can't do in advanced lighting, which I'm okay with, because like I have the feeling that I got to race through this 18 and get it done before the
Yes.
rain comes. Okay,
Big
like
thunder cloud coming in, yeah.
and listen, y'all think I'm pretty stupid, and it's okay. I'm good with it, but like that shit gets in my head. And so like when I played this one in the sim, I'm like, there's a thunderstorm coming. I better hurry up. And I
Oh, so
found
I
myself
see.
rushing my
Thunderstorm gets in your
swings.
head like houses get in my head.
Like, how's the because it was a timing thing. It was like, I need to get this done before the rain comes. So I started like swinging faster and hitting the ball poorly. Then like, okay, dumbass, it's not going to
Yeah.
rain on you. You're good. Cool T markers, cool flags, just really nice detail, attention to detail on that one. So um, I love the putting the leaves and the uh, what do we call these? The decals
I
on the
don't know if they're
ground.
decals. They could be like a 2D asset. Uh, they do look good. They look good.
They look good. It give you that fall feeling. Grass, the leaves are falling. They're on the ground. What didn't happen was my ball didn't get lost. So, okay, feature request. I
Yeah.
want to be able to put a lost ball percentage on the decal where you couldn't find it underneath the hidden leaves.
Or a leaf blower function, right?
Yeah, exactly. When you walk up, you have to move the leaves with your feet and blow the leaves away. Really cool touch to it. Fountain in the background, number 4. I was chipping up there. Just looked good. Clouds are getting closer. Really dark off to the west over there. And then I grabbed one more in 18. And again, the way I don't know if he did this intentionally, but the way the skybox had been turned, it looked like I'm done. I got done. The rain's about ready to pour down. Clubhouse up there. It looked great. The colors looked great. Just really fun course and a really nice job. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Okie dokie. Prestwick Golf Club by Pob 16.
Yay,
Uh,
Bob. Congrats.
yeah, out there in the UK. So congratulations on an MPOP. So
Oh, I took this one.
T-Box here. Yeah, you did this one. What do you know?
Well, this one's interesting because Prestwick is not a new course, okay?
That's right.
So we're gonna go through this one fairly quickly because to be honest with you, I screwed up a little bit through these slides and we didn't have time to go back and redo them. Prestwick Golf Club was released as a tournament course a while ago, a few weeks ago, and it was an MPOW. So this is the Prestwick was just released was the non-MPOW version of the same tournament course. But I grabbed screenshots again from the tournament course. So congratulations, you got 2 MPOWs,
Yay. Yeah.
one for the tournament, one for the non-tournament. So
Has anyone
really
ever
great
gotten an
colors.
MPAL for the same course twice?
Twice? I don't think so. I think it's a first, a tournament version and a non-tournament version. All the same stuff from the MPOW before hold. Great colors, great attention to detail, great T markers. We just keep going through these. I mean,
Yeah.
these are from the tournament version. I don't remember if there's different T markers in the non-tournament version just released. The grasses are fantastic. The experience is great playing it. It's a ton of fun. It's a hard course. Pop bunkers, you'll see in a second. If you play the tournament course, lots of animations, lots of people that are animated. It was just a really fun. A lot of music. They had freaking Welcome to Jungle music playing. Here's an example of really great grass work with low grasses, tall grasses, different colors. You can see rough grasses, deep pop bunkers with wood walls. Just the attention to detail is great. Love the course the first time around. Love the course without the tournament pressure, which is great. So congratulations. I think I have this one more screenshot, if anything.
Nope, you're done there.
Nope, that's it. So great job, Bob. Really, really well done. I mean, I know you didn't do a ton from course to course, but it's such a great course.
Then we move into River Creek Club by
T
T
squared
Squared.
again.
Yeah,
That's
T
two for
squared
T
again.
squared. Two
Yeah,
for
it's two for
Backman,
T.
two for T squared.
Yeah, lots of doubles this week. So this one, I love the soft colors on this one. Everything's really subtle. Some really nice custom T markers on here and the flags going with the Rivercrest logo. This was a really cool hole I liked. With he did a really good job with the vegetation and a creek down there that just makes me believe there's like watercress, fresh spring creek going on down there. Um, Bunkers look really good with the wet bunkers. I'm sure that was just kind of the default from Blender. Lots
Yep.
of like, cool houses around too that make it look, I feel like authentic. What you're going to see in the course, because a course like this, if those condos or apartments wherever they are back there, you're going to know about it. So wouldn't be surprised if they look very close to what he'd had in real life. Um, I really like the clubhouse. I don't know if
Yep.
this is a custom or not, but like looking at this is at an angle you see at the course. I think 18 is over here to the left. This might be
Yep.
9 over
Yep.
here to the right.
Yep.
Looking across, there was this flag behind me, which I didn't capture here, is actually like a big river. But it's kind of cool that he did the attention to detail for the cart path going all the way up there. Makes it
Yep.
look really majestic. I would say.
I love
Um,
it. It was
with the
so
flag
good.
and everything, looked really good. He had fountains all over the course as well, so really nice, well done course. Congratulations there on the impound.
Nice job, T squared. Congratulations.
And then we have Needwood, the Vagger
Needwood.
course.
Hey,
Yes, the Vagger
Needwood.
course.
We only
Congratulations on another
impound it
impound.
because of the name.
Yes. So this is a 9-hole executive. Now, just so you know, he does have this in his 18. So if you play this all the way through, you're basically playing the same course twice. Okay. Um, but just occasionally this is a very it's very straightforward 9-hole course. There are a couple par fours in here. Did have custom T markers. He had a nice custom flag. You don't see too many black flags though, so it's kind of like this
You're
neon
right.
modern design.
Yeah.
So pretty
Yeah. I
cool.
like it. I like the tees
Um,
too. I thought the tee markers are great.
I love these like flowers on here, which make me like I don't have allergies, but if I did, I think these would be torture for me.
Were
You
you
know,
sneezing? Were you taking the screenshot?
right? So here's a good example of I'm sure he VS Pro kind of like biome planted like the green stuff, but then I think he probably went in here and just did a manual planting of these to give them more of like this random look about. It worked really well throughout the course. It kind of if it wasn't for those flowers, I feel like the course would look really monotonous, right? It
Yeah,
would
I
just
agree.
kind of like almost be too green, but like the flowers, I really do like, break it up. So, use that in the future. Like even if the course really doesn't have these flowers, put some like, big patches like purple flowers or whatever out there. Um, Had some really cool pond areas, some good bulkheads in here for some of these areas, some really cool, fun, short holes. He lightened the defaults out a little bit, so it doesn't look completely dried out, but it does look a little bit more realistic to me rather than
Yep.
the default big lush colors that you see in there. And he also did a good job of like the gradient fog right before the billboards start out there. So
Yep.
even if these don't, one of the things I always struggle with my courses is getting the billboards to match correctly. But if you use the gradient fog correctly, you can kind of fake it a little bit,
Yep.
right? So nice job with that. I don't know if I have one more screenshot. I think I do. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
funny thing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So this was kind of far off. And the only reason I saw a couple of floating cars in there. The angle that I happened to be hitting the ball at, I was like, I'm looking right underneath that car and it's floating. So we had some magical cars in the parking lot, which I, again, don't go out and fix it. It's just something I think's funny, and you really don't see it unless you, like me, you crank a ball out there by accident. So, so congratulations on the MPAL.
Yep.
Well
Nice
done.
job. Congratulations.
Yep.
Great course. Nicely done.
Okay, so what do we got here? Oh,
That's it. We got them
you did
all.
feature requests this week. Yeah,
I did 2 feature requests this week.
yeah. So
And I was inspired, both feature requests. One was inspired from the new GS Pro version 3 update because, and I'll explain that in a second. And the other one was inspired by a course. So
okay,
I would love us, now that we've got greens in, I would love us to see us put in putting greens. Okay. Most of the designers, when we do we do driving ranges.
okay,
Most of the designers, I know I always spline out the driving range and I always spline out the practice green. And I would love the full experience of hitting a couple putts at the stimp that I've set the course at on the actual practice green. So I don't know how hard it would be, but I would love to see Greenskeeper give me a putting thing to put down on a green. Here's my putting green, and be able to have an option to not just head to tee from the driving range, head to practice green, putt 2 or 3 at the stimp that the course is set at for that round, and then go off. Because I will tell you, I'm doing a lot of league golf right now in GS Pro. I'm part of a local Colorado sim league, and there's a couple of times that I didn't realize the greens were set to 12 stimp, and would have loved to have been able to putt a couple on those settings before I actually got on the first green. Does that make sense?
yep, yeah,
So I'd love to see that as a feature in the future.
cool.
Now, my next one is a little bit more ambitious, which I would love to see a way. I don't know if there is any way, but again, I'm going back into Greenkeeper. I'm thinking Greenkeeper. So John's now just like shaking his head, going, "Mashy, shut the hell up! Just you're giving me too
Stop,
much work.
stop.
Just stop." I would love it where if I could like set marks in Greenkeeper somewhere on hole, let's just say around hole 1, I have a tool where I can set grandstands. And I could just say grandstands around here, and I could choose boom, boom, boom. And as a designer, I would go into Greenskeeper, place where my grandstands would be, and hit go. And then when you go to choose your course, you could choose the regular course or the tournament version of the
Right.
course. And that tournament version would then load grandstands into the places where you've placed the marks. And then
Yeah.
you kind of have without, like, I was inspired from the course from Prestwick, where he had to create 2 separate whole courses.
Right.
I would love it if we could actually just like literally load grandstands based on where the designer said to load them, and I can have a tournament version of the course. I don't
Yeah.
know, just my own ask.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool.
So those are my feature requests.
And you're sticking with it.
I'm sticking with it.
Right. So getting to post of the week. So,
All right, so there's a lot.
yes, there's a lot.
You want to go first? I think yours are up
I
first.
think mine are up first. So let me
We
see
need
here.
post the week music, Steve.
Well, we do, except there's a technical problem with the music this week
Oh,
with
way to go, Steve.
yeah. So we'll
Okay.
have to.
Well,
Well,
we'll
I'm
just
gonna
sing
have to
along.
revisit. We'll have to revisit that at some point.
Okay.
Oh, so it's for me. It's the Adam Mace week, which is so first one is this guy had 2 questions, right? Well, the answers are no and no. So I
And
think
no,
that was the
no, and
very
no.
first double no from Adam.
I
No
Adam,
squared.
I don't care what anybody says, and I know exactly where your next post is going to be. I haven't looked at them, but just based on what you said, you keep answering. You be you, my friend. Like, it's
Yes.
awesome, and I can't stop laughing.
And here it is.
Here it is. This is
So
the
the
one. Yep.
guy with no balls posts as an anonymous member. Hey, can we remove this Adam Mace guy? He never replies to anyone's questions or posts in a positive manner. Well, no, because he just says no. It's not like he beats around the bush. It's always a rude and condescending response. No. I mean, he brings nothing to the group. Well, he actually does. He makes a lot
It
of
actually
courses.
does. Yep.
And clearly he's just a troll. Not really. Trolls are kind of anonymous people, and he has put himself out there and he puts courses. Which is funny because yes, I posted this anonymously, but the admin can see who posted it. Okay, whatever, dude.
I'll be honest with you. When I first saw this post, I thought it was you posting as anonymous trolling Adam.
Me? You thought it was me?
Yeah, I thought it was you going in as a troll, like anonymously, just
That would
to
be
troll.
brilliant. It
That
would
would
be
be
brilliant.
brilliant. So,
Yes, that would be
but
brilliant.
apparently it's not you. So,
No,
and Steve, can we
it
get our
is not
pictures up
me.
on the
It
right
is
side?
not me. But I think posts like this are just kind of people just don't get it.
Can we
The whole
put our
thing,
pictures up?
and this is, oh yeah, we gonna put our pictures. Yeah, on
Our
that.
video. There, put us on. There we go.
There we go. And then of course we got to get this one, which was, thanks for this. So Curtis, I think, who is the tutor on Discord, I think challenged Kyle. They had something back and forth, and then he said even if it's just a
This was
tip,
so much
and
fun.
Adam says the
This was
tip
so much fun.
still counts.
And I
Nice.
also love that. So Kyle Parker is also in one of my posts. So we're gonna keep the
Oh, you
Adam
are?
and the Kyle
Yes.
Parker theme going as we go into my post. But it was such a fun.
And I don't
Uh,
know if you've ever heard this saying, and this, to me, it fits Adam perfectly. The saying is, that guy's an asshole, but he's our asshole,
but he's our asshole. We need
right?
what we've got to get our shit together because we need walk on music. Adam has earned walk on music,
Right?
so we've got to get some walk on music for Adam. We got to get some
Yeah.
walk on music for Pac Man. We got to, we already have Pac walk on for. We got to get some of this stuff. We'll do this now that we're getting into prime time show season. We'll get some of this stuff done. But Adam's earned walk on music for his daily
Yeah.
contribution to our Facebook post of the
We call
week.
it the asshole strikes again, right?
Nicely done. I love it. That's
Yeah.
great.
So nice job. Literally all my posts of the week were about Adam this week.
Yeah, they were.
Amache. Amache. So
Amache. Now,
he's Adam Mace on Facebook, but when he designs, he's Amache.
Amache. I will tell you, I think those are yours, right? You don't have any more.
Yes, these are
Okay,
starting
like
yours now. Yeah.
so before I go in, I think I mentioned this earlier in the show. There were a ton of posts to pull from.
No, 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 no. Shit ton.
A shit ton. Thank you. A shit ton of posts to pull from based on the new update. Now, I will be fair. I did nix a bunch of them because I just was like, no, I'm not posting that in our post of the week because we look for really really good posts of the week, not just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of stupid posts of the week, but we try
All
to
I'm going
find
to
good
say
ones.
is GS Pro, you need to do more updates because it helps feed our
It does help feed our
subscriber.
posts of the week, and they're still coming. So, as a matter of fact, today. So, all right, well, let's go. I got some. I didn't get all.
Oh,
Oh
you got
yeah,
the yeah,
this
yeah,
is
you
the
got the
same
same
one.
one.
So okay, kill this
Okay.
one. You
We
already
not
had it.
that one.
So,
All right.
yep, got that one. Hey, is it possible to add new firmware in GS Pro to shape the shot just like it does in the practice range? Huh? These are pre-update, by the way. I don't understand what that meant.
I
Like,
don't either.
how?
Just like it does in the practice range.
Hey, GS Pro, can you add firmware to make my score lower? How about can you add the firmware update so that like if I slice a ball, it just goes down the middle of the fairway? Like, what is this guy asking for?
Oh boy.
Like,
All right.
I don't understand. It's just if you hit the ball bad, it goes bad. If you hit the ball
Yeah.
good, it goes good. Like I
The only
don't
difference is
know.
on the range, it's flat.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know.
know. So and Bull Pride didn't know either apparently. So like I grabbed his like I'm not sure what you're asking, but okay. Now we're gonna start getting into course update stuff. So
Oh boy.
I are there less courses with the new update?
Well, this is people not understanding that the Patreon stuff had to be
For sure,
changed.
but I guarantee you that GS Pro did not create an update that has less courses in it.
No.
Like the common sense is something else is amiss here. Like GS Pro, we're not. I mean, I guess technically they could do something which is, hey, we're going to use a new version of Unity. We're not going to support older versions, so we're going to break compatibility with courses so there's less available. I guess they could do that, but that's not their plan. Their
I
plan is to
think
keep.
when that happens, we'll boot into two separate. Like when you turn on like the launcher, it'll say, "Do you want to load this version of GS Pro or this version of GS Pro. There'll be a new one and an old one, and maybe the old one will support the old courses and the new one will support the new courses. I don't know.
I assume that they're going to have to do. I don't think they do boot into 2. I think they'll boot into 1, and you'll choose. It'll have to support both, and you'll have to choose. Do you want legacy courses, which then it'll use one version of Unity, and you
How would you
want.
boot into like a completely old engine and have it like
Can't
swap back and forth between
I?
engines?
What I don't know is the compatibility of the old engine and the new engine. If I have a new engine, can I run my old stuff? I just don't get
I
the
don't
new
think so.
stuff.
I don't. Ooh boy, I don't think you can. But
I'd be
again,
curious to
I'm not an
load the
expert at that
newest version
level
of
either.
Unity. Yeah, I'd be curious to do this. I'd be curious to load the newest version of Unity and then load my course and see if it loads.
Oh, it won't load.
It won't load. It'll
It
break.
won't load. It'll break.
I'm gonna try just to see.
It'll break. Because I
It'll
think
break
there's so many custom scripts there that John created that don't work in the new Unity.
probably. I do think that I do know assets created in the newer version won't work in the older version. I get that 100%. It's will the old stuff work in the new version? I don't know. So anyway, here's an interesting one. If you play your second round first, is that technically your first round?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know what the guy's trying to do
I know
exactly.
what he's trying to do, but it doesn't matter if you're playing round 2 and I'm playing round 1. It does, just play your round and invite him to play and go.
Yeah, he wants to play together with somebody. No, dude, you just have to knock out your first round and get caught up. Sorry.
I get it, but I
Yeah.
love the way you said it. Like, well, no, actually, your second round is your first round, so you can't play your second round first. I loved it. I thought it was great. I
Hey,
appreciated it. So I hear a puppy. I
yeah,
hear puppies.
he's not a puppy anymore though. He's a big boy now.
Big boy.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. We got some more.
All right.
Oh, there's 2 on here. Here's Kyle Parker. If you're looking to experiment with a third, must be experienced with a camera. DM if interested. I should have gone in and got the comments on that because the
Yeah,
comments are so good. And then, hey, by the way, are there any tutorials how to build a course?
none whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
No.
Everybody just
Good
like
luck.
we blink. We just figure it out on our own.
You
There's
just figure it
no.
out. There's nothing out there whatsoever. You have to be smart.
There's nothing out there how to build a course. None whatsoever.
There's another guy on the OPCD Discord who was upset that I had so many videos, that it's too much, and that he wanted something more abbreviated.
Send him. Sorry, Tech. Send him to Tech's course.
Yeah.
Do the Tech's in-person
And I
course.
guess what people don't understand is it's not an easy process. There's a lot of detail involved, and that's why the courses end up so good in GS Pro, because you give
Correct.
the designer all these options. It's the best and worst thing about it is it's not easy, but at
Yep.
the end of the day, you get so many options that you can. It's a gaming platform. Unity is a gaming platform.
Unity is a gaming platform. Correct.
Yeah,
100%. Yep.
it's not
I
easy.
think I have a couple more. I can't remember.
You do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this one. What do you want
Are
for your
you serious?
birthday? Serious? No. Think about it this way. If you get me a new driver, then I'll be better and I won't need to practice nearly as much. If I don't need to practice as much, I can spend more time with you. Okay, what brand? I love this.
I'm a world-class salesman. That's freaking great.
I love this one so much. The problem is my wife's too smart. If I try it on her, she's gonna look
Right.
at me like you buy whatever you want anyway, so it doesn't matter. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah. But I love this. I love this one so much. I thought it was
Totally.
good.
Yeah. All right.
And then I had this one earlier. Do you think this is gonna hold up for turf?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That money will not even hold up if you just walk on it regularly.
That is not designed for golf simulator. That is like to put in your yard and people look at.
Oh.
Or inside, not even outside. I don't know. Like it's got holes for draining water and
Didn't
stuff.
we post one a long time ago about a guy who just put up like a regular projector screen
Yes.
and he hit through it after like 20 shots and it was like, this doesn't work very well.
Who puts this shit up there and was like I'm gonna be able to like use this as my sim golf turf to hit off of?
Well,
Like
not only
you're
great,
gonna
but this is like stuff that's actually meant for outdoor.
right. You're
Interlocking, self-draining. It's
self-draining.
designed to be outside.
You're going to break your back and your arms and your wrists if you try to hit off that.
You could potentially use one of these squares though, like, although in GS Pro it wouldn't work because you'd be double penalizing. Like if you land in like deep rough, you could put that down, hit your ball out of it.
I guess you could use it as a trouble mat, but then go buy some
Yeah.
Unicore trouble mats and call it a
Yeah.
day. You
But
know,
again, there's no way to turn that off penalizing in GS Pro, so you're getting
that
double
would be a
penalized.
great. That would be a way. I'd love to figure out how GS Pro could work with trouble mats. That would be. I would get a trouble mat if I knew it worked with it, not double penalize me.
Yeah, you'd have to figure out how to turn off those penalties for sure.
Yes, agreed. Winter's coming. Need options for creating indoor practice. Go. You're
Golf
posting
simulator.
in the golf simulator. Golf simulator.
Indoor driving range.
And he's posting in the home golf simulator group. Like, go.
Golf simulator? Yeah.
Golf. I don't know. Maybe. He doesn't say
Okay.
practice what. He just said no practice.
You could putting mat.
Maybe he
You'd
needs
have-
a lacrosse simulator.
Yeah. Good. True. Very
Or a
good.
baseball
Very true.
simulator.
Yes. Very true.
I don't know. But go. Y'all tell me. And this one.
Yeah, so this is today.
This is today. And I got to listen, big shout out to Joe over at Strong Design. He sent this one to me and said, "Can you please put this one in?" So this is today. And it's like, how do I try a V3 course?
Where do we start?
I don't know. I think
Did you put any in the comments? Because some of the comments were pretty good too.
I didn't put the comments, and they were pretty good. I did.
Yeah.
At this point, there's only 3 comments at the time, but they've gotten better since we started. Since this came in like 3 hours ago, and now we're recording. There's been comments in between, but like I think what he means is the version of GS Pro is V3.
Yes. Yeah. People get that confused because you have GS Pro is now V3.
V3.
But now on the OPC we're actually V4.
V4, and we used to be V3, and maybe he wants to do. But how do I try a V3 course? Well, just download a course and hit play. Like I don't know.
I'm not sure what he's looking for.
I don't know.
He asked something similar. Like, where was it? I have to find it. The guy who made the post ended up asking something else. It was really funny. Hold on, I'll find it. Sorry.
Okay. I'm looking to see the V3 course too. Because see, there's some comments in there because it's pretty.
I took a screenshot of it. Oh, the same guy who said, "How do you try a V3 course?" in his own comment said, "I was under the impression they were virtual courses." And the reply was, "Dude, they're all virtual courses."
Virtual, it's pixels on a screen, dude. I did, by the way, skip a lot of the posts that were like people needing help that were silly and people like common sense help. There was one that I loved so much, and I went back to go find it and I couldn't find it. I didn't save it. And it was like, hey, how do I do this? And there was like literally 4 options. Somebody was like, hey, there's only 4 buttons, start clicking. Like, click the button. It's okay. You're not going to break anything.
What does this button do? Like, dude, try it.
Dude, click it.
If it doesn't do what you want it to do, you can turn it off.
I caramba. So, yeah. And those are my posts. Oh, here's the how do I try V3. Yeah, there's 11 comments now, so they're adding in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's the virtual course thing. I see it. Yeah, that's funny. So, thank you, GS Pro, for providing the update, which gives us nonstop material for this area.
Good fodder. It's good fodder.
I think I've got about 15 more saved up for next episode.
Nice.
Yep.
So I think we're getting close here, right?
Yep. I think that's it. That's all I got. I don't have any more.
All right. Wrap this one up.
We are trying to get back onto a regular schedule.
We're trying.
If you have suggestions for show format, we're at that point in the year where we can make some changes. Let us know in the comments. And other than that, subscribe and hit for notifications so we post you. So thank you, everybody. Talk to you later.
Send us home, Steve. Send us home.
Send us home, Steve.